Okay, next in this video we will discuss about Coulomb's law in vector form. Before we calculate the Coulomb's law in vector form, let us discuss one important thing, that is, suppose I am having two charges q1, this is q2, and they are separated by a distance of r apart. Now the force between them, and they are placed in vacuum. So they are placed in vacuum. Now the force according to Coulomb's law, the force between these two charges is given by 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught product of charges q1 q2 divided by square of distance, that is r. So this is your force between the two charges in vacuum. Now this formula does not tell us about the direction of force. Now let us discuss first what should be the direction. So if these two charges are the positive charges, then we know that like charges repel each other, so this positive charge will feel the force of repulsion in this direction, that is outward, and the force is given by here force on 1, and similarly the same force is experienced by this charge, and but the direction is opposite direction because it also get repelled by this charge. So here again the force F1 is along this direction, force F2 is along this direction. Both are in opposite direction, but the magnitude of the force will remain same, that is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 divided by r square. So the simple Coulomb's law doesn't tell us about the direction. So we have to discuss the Coulomb's law in vector form. So before we go into directly, so here I'm mentioning the two forces. First force is F1. I'm writing here F12 and put a vector over the force. It tells us the force on Q1 due to Q2. And a force on this charge when this charge is applying a force on this charge. Similarly, F21 will be the force on Q2 due to Q1. So the force between these two charges is different according to the direction, but their magnitude is same, that is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 divided by r square. Now let us discuss the Coulomb's law in vector form. To understand the Coulomb's law in vector form, let us draw the reference frame. So this is y-axis and this is our x-axis. Here I choose 2 points where I place a charge q1, this second charge, this is your q2. They are having a position vector r1 and r2. Then the force between these two charges in term of position vector can be calculated as, now first I will calculate the force on q1, that is F12, then afterward I will calculate the force on q2 due to q1. Now first I will calculate this one. First I will draw a line between q1 and q2. Now the force on q1 will be along this direction, and the force is given by F12, force on 1 due to Q2. The direction of force is along the line joining of these two forces. Now the force on Q2 will be along this direction, same along the line joining, but it is directed outward to F21. Now let this be a R. The distance between the charges, I took it as a R. Now come to this topic, that is Coulomb's law in vector form. Here I took a reference frame, that is x and y. I place the two charges q1, q2 having a position vector r1 and r2, and the separation magnitude of this one, magnitude of the separation is given by r. As we know that I have took these as a positive point charges, so they will repel each other, and the direction of force is given by is F12 and F221 as per the arrows mentioned. Now let us calculate. I take this position as A and this position as B. This I took it as P and this as a Q. Now first we will calculate F12, the force on 1 due to second. So here the force on 1 due to second in vector form is equal to, it has two factors. One is magnitude and plus direction. So magnitude is same as I have already mentioned, that is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught product of charges q1 q2 divided by r square. Now the direction of F12 is along which direction? AP. So it is along AP vector. Next, I will focus my attention to this factor, how to calculate a direction. Now, I mention here AP vector is along R21, means R, the distance along 2 to 1, mean to say that 2 from 2 it is directed toward the first one, from here to it is directed toward the first one. So this is a direction which is also along AP. So if I write this R21 vector in place of AP, then there will be no problem. So F12 vector is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 divided by r square along R21 vector. So this is your magnitude and this is your direction. Now one more thing I want to point out here, that here it is a vector quantity. A vector quantity have both magnitude and direction. If this is a vector, so it will have also a magnitude and it give you certain direction. But here only I need a direction. This factor is telling us only the direction. So I will change this vector into that vector whose magnitude is unity. That is a unit vector. We want to convert this vector into along 2 1, and this vector is have both magnitude and direction. Vector have magnitude and direction. So F12 is given by 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 divided by r square. This is a magnitude along 2 1, r 2 towards 1. So this is a direction of this much. If you start from here, if you stand here, in which and you're going towards r is a distance, you are moving from 2, you're starting your journey from 2 and you're going towards 1. If you're sitting here and you're moving towards 1, and what is the direction? It is a direction in this direction. It is going in this, you will go in this direction. So that is why this vector r21 is along AP. So I can replace this r21 vector by AP vector. So my this first equation becomes F12 is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 divided by r square. Now this is the magnitude already discussed, and direction here is along AP, no, along r21 vector. Now since it is a vector, so it has both magnitude as well as direction. But in this formula, magnitude is already given and this vector is only telling us the direction. So I need to change this vector into that vector whose magnitude is unity. We know that a vector whose magnitude is unity is known as a unit vector. Is known as a unit vector. And so now the unit vector R21, we represent unit vector by a cap. So we get this much. It is a vector. It is given by a ratio of a vector and its magnitude. And magnitude is represented by mod. These mod lines represents the magnitude. So we know that if you take the magnitude of R2 to 1, from 2 to 1, what is the magnitude? The magnitude is R. So basically R2 to 1 vector magnitude is basically equal to R. So put both these value in this second equation. So we get F12 vector is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 divided by r square. And now I will introduce a vector. I will introduce a unit vector in place of a vector. So it is r21 cap. Now further, if you modify it, I will get 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q1 q2 divided by r square. And if you replace this cap by a r21 vector divided by r, as you know that r21 vector is equal to this small r. So we get this much. Now the F12 is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught product of charges q1 q2 divided by this r square and this r. It becomes r cube into r21 vector. So this is your Coulomb's law in vector form. Further, if you see this triangle, this is your O. If you see this triangle OAB, then using triangle law, so what you get? The sides which are on the same order are taken or written in the one side, and which are in opposite order is written in the opposite side. Now see here, this is your direction of vector, which is OB plus BA is equal to OA. Now OB is, that is R2 vector, plus R, this vector is BA vector, we have already taken BA vector is R2 to, this vector is from B to A, this vector is R2 to 1 vector. So it is R2 to 1 vector is equal to R1 vector. Now here R21 vector is equal to R1 vector minus R2 vector. So again we can modify this one, so we get the force becomes F12 is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 upon R cube, and it is R1 minus R2 vector. So this is your force between the two charges in term of vectors. So here you can remember it by simple here, if the force is 1 2, then your vectors are R1 minus R2. Similarly, we can also write the force, similarly we can also calculate the force, similarly the force on second due to first is, that is given by F21 vector will be 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 divided by R cube. Now here will be R2 minus R1, R2 minus R1. Here R vector is, where R is equal to R2 minus R1 magnitude. As we know that it is R21, it is R12 magnitude. So this is your position vector, Coulomb's law in position vector form. Further, if you compare this third equation with this fourth equation, we get here, if you see this one, the magnitude from here to here, and this is also magnitude from here to here, is same. Only the difference is here it is R1 minus R2 and here it is R2 minus R1. If I take the negative sign common from this above diagram, so what do you get? 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 divided by R cube into, here if I take the minus sign common, so what do you get? Minus R1 minus R2. Now further, if you solve it, so what do you get? 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q1 Q2 divided by R cube, minus will come here, and it is R1 minus R2. Now compare it with, now compare it with third. If you see this one, the first one factor, this factor is same, and it is R1 minus R2. Here also it is R1 minus R2. So we can say that F12 force is equal to negative of F12 force. So which is nothing but the force on 2, mean to say that if you have the two charges, this is your Q1 and this is your second charge Q2, it says that the force on 1 due to second, force on 1 due to second, and this force is force on 2 due to first. The force on 1 due to second is equal in magnitude with the force on 2 with respect to 1, but in opposite direction. The force on this charge is applied by this one will be equal to the force applied by the Q1 on this Q2 charge, but in opposite direction. So this means that this law obeys Newton's third law. So this is your all about the Coulomb's law in vector form. You just remember this formula, that is, if it is force 1 to 2, it is from R1 minus R2, and if it is 2 to 1, it is R2 minus 2 to 1, it is R2 minus R1. Thank you.